Negros sugar economy faces fresh crisis amid agrarian conflicts. Bacolod City, Negros Occidental, February 9, 2026. Negros Occidental, the Philippines' primary sugar-producing region, is confronting severe simultaneous pressures stemming from depressed global commodity prices and escalating localized agrarian security disputes, according to provincial reports released this week. The provincial government in Bacolod is urgently addressing the twin challenges as the current milling season reaches its critical peak. Official data from the Sugar Regulatory Administration, SRA, indicates that total cane crushed for the crop year 2025-2026 is projected to fall 4% below the 5-year average, exacerbated by lower sucrose recovery yield attributed to recent typhoons and erratic weather patterns. Prices for raw sugar have stabilized slightly above 35 cents per pound on the international market, but local planters are demanding renewed restrictions on imported subsidized sugar, citing domestic oversupply concerns, which are threatening the solvency of smaller haciendas and cooperatives. Governor Eugenio Jose Lacson called an emergency meeting with the SRA and the Department of Trade and Industry, DTI, on Monday to discuss leveraging the national buffer stock and implementing stricter anti-smuggling measures at regional ports. Escalating land disputes. The economic squeeze is directly fueling a sharp increase in land tenure conflicts. The Provincial Police Command has reported 14 documented violent clashes related to land occupation and ownership disputes since the start of the year, a 30% rise over the same period in 2025. The clashes are concentrated in the central and southern portions of the province, primarily involving organized peasant farmer groups asserting claims under the Comprehensive Agrarian Reform Program, CARE, against landowning families. The most recent incident, a confrontation in Bacolod City last Friday, resulted in 3 injuries and the temporary detainment of 15 individuals, underscoring the volatile security environment. Provincial security forces have been instructed to deploy additional Civil Disturbance Management Units, CDM, to known flashpoints, prioritizing the maintenance of order while the Department of Agrarian Reform, DAR, attempts mediation on stalled land acquisition and distribution cases, some pending for over a decade. Energy and infrastructure strain. Meanwhile, the province is battling persistent energy insecurity, critical for maintaining milling operations. Negros Occidental currently relies heavily on geothermal and coal inputs, but grid instability has led to 3 major power interruptions exceeding 4 hours each in the last 6 weeks. The Negros Electric Cooperative, NECO, confirmed that aging transmission infrastructure, particularly those crossing the mountainous spine of the island, is struggling to handle peak demand driven by rapid urbanization and industrial expansion. The Provincial Development Council is fast-tracking applications for new utility-scale solar farms, aiming to inject 150 megawatts of renewable capacity into the Visayas grid by the close of fiscal year 2026, contingent on expedited transmission line approvals from the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, NGCP. Financial analysts warn that resolving the long-term structural issues of the sugar industry, including modernization of antiquated milling equipment and diversification of local crops, is essential to mitigate social instability, positioning these issues as the dominant provincial priorities moving into the second quarter.